November 14th, 2018, and it's very, very windy, so I'm sitting here rather than under the apple tree because I don't really want it to fall on me. That would hurt. I'm going to talk about a few things today. Letterkenny Season 4 is terrible. Why would anybody watch this? It's so boring. I can't imagine anybody would like this show. It's not stable where I put it. It doesn't fall down. It's really wiggly. Well, you know. The final year, James really enjoyed this documentary. I didn't care because I've been reading. So whatever. Radiohead, Logical Emotions. 60 minutes felt so much longer. I wouldn't recommend it. The Seagull. Annette Bening looked really good in this. I don't like anything set in the 19th century generally. So it wasn't a surprise to me that I didn't enjoy watching that. No Offense Series 1. Oh, I sure hope they don't come out with Series 2, 3, 4. They might have already. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but this was awful. I mean, they had female characters in here, which were obviously originally written to be male characters, and they didn't bother to change the dialogue to make them seem like female characters. Like, really, really bad. Mom, the complete 4th season. James loves this. And it is funny, I'll admit. Even though I don't like the stuff that... I don't like shows that tell me when I should be laughing. So when they have canned laughter after somebody cracks a joke or whatever, I don't like it. But James does, so he liked this. And this woman she's way too much like my best friend from high school, who also had a child while she was in high school, and her daughter had a child while she was a teenager, and the cycle continues. Anyway. But so watching that right now, it's I'm just not, if I were watching that at a different point in my life, I might find it a better experience for me, but I don't, because right now that is not what I need to be watching. So anyway, The Cannabis Manifesto by Steve DeAngelo was terrible. I'll read you my notes. This is so not worth reading. Page 47. THC and other cannabinoids have been found to prevent the reproduction, migration, invasion of several types of cancer cells, including breast cancer, cervical cancer, oral cancer, neck cancer, head cancer, bile duct cancer. Page 50. In 1860, the Ohio State Medical Society endorsed cannabis use and issued a comprehensive guide to cannabis tinctures. It was recommended for neuralgic pain, dysmenorrhea, uterine hemorrhage, hysteria, delirium tremens, mania, palsy, whooping cough, infantile convulsions, asthma, gonorrhea, nervous rheumatism, chronic bronchitis, muscular spasms, tetanus, epilepsy, and lack of appetite. Page 53. The truth is that cannabis is a gateway out of addiction, not a gateway in. That's a quote. 71. During the Contra scandal, a kilo of coke dropped by $10,000, and that was a quote. And I put, where could anyone get reliable source information for this? I mean, honestly, unless he was buying kilos of coke. And 133, quote, I educated myself on the history of Vietnam and discovered that North Vietnamese leader Ho Chi Minh had first asked the U.S. to help his country become independent of France, and had accepted communist support only after the U.S. government refused to assist. What the hops does this have to do with cannabis? Was my comment. Wow, that was not worth reading. 178 pages of 1, cannabis is healthy, not harmful, over and over. 2, the government lies, over and over. 3, legalize cannabis, over and over. I don't know if Marx used cannabis, but this author not only loves cannabis, but is certainly a Marxist. No one should read this. Most of his sources are internet sources. Seriously, that was the worst book I've read in a long time. And I've been reading books on Wicca. Okay, that sounded rude. I'm sorry to Wiccans everywhere for my last comment. CBD Oil Everyday Secrets by Gretchen Leidecker. This is great. Everyone should read this one. This one's the one to read. Don't get that other one. Get this one out of the library. So, it's here, so you can keep being reminded to borrow this book from the library. I took a lot of notes on it. Page 21. Phytocannabinoids come from plants and include CBD, THC, endocannabinoids naturally produced inside the body. There's synthetic ones produced in a lab. There are over 80 different cannabinoids and 400 different chemical compounds inside the cannabis plant. Your body has an endocannabinoid system. Cannabinoid receptors are present in body tissues, brain, gastrointestinal tract, reproductive system, spleen, arteries, and heart. The ECS is referred to as the master regulatory system because it seems to be everywhere and does everything. The ECS maintains homeostasis, plays a role in how our bodies respond to pain, anxiety, and stress. CBD is an adaptogen. The ECS plays a big role in inflammation. Many experts think that the ECS is involved in almost all disease and dysfunction. If you have a low endocannabinoid tone, you are deficient in endocannabinoids, a condition linked to chronic pain, fibromyalgia, glaucoma, and IBS. People with chronic migraine had lower endocannabinoid levels. That's page 22. 23. The two endocannabinoids that we know the most about are anandamide, AEA, the bliss molecule, and 2-arachidonoglycerol, maybe. 2-AG. These chems are abundant in the brain and synthesized from fatty acids. Look up a book called Smoke Signals by Martin Lee. Endocannabinoids are the only transmitters known to engage in retrograde signaling, a unique form of intracellular communication that inhibits immune response, reduces inflammation, relaxes musculature, lowers BP, dilates bronchial passage, and normalizes overstimulated nerves. 24. CB1 and CB2 receptors, mostly found in brain, closely tied. The CB1 is mostly found in brain. Sorry. CB2, closely tied to the activity of immune system. I have this arrow system going on here. THC reacts strongly with these. CBD doesn't have a strong affinity for CB1 receptors. CBD doesn't directly activate CB2 receptors. CBD reacts with several other non-cannabinoid receptors and ion channels. 25. Cannabigerol, CBG, antimicrobial, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, anti-anxiety, antidepressant, lowers blood pressure. Cannabinol, CBN, promotes sleep, relieves pain, stimulates appetite, antimicrobial, antispasmodic. Cannabichromine, CBC, relieves pain, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, anti-anxiety, antimicrobial. Tetrahydrocannabivarin, THCV, relieves pain, stimulates appetite, anti-seizure, anti-anxiety. Tetrahydrocannabinolic acid, THCA, the non-intoxicating parent of THC. Anti-nausea, anti-seizure, anti-cancer, anti-spasmodic. Cannabidiolic acid, CBDA, the non-intoxicating parent of CBD. Anti-nausea, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory. Research has extracted CBD from a hops plant, so it's not only in cannabis. 26. CBD interacts with our bodies through G-protein coupled receptors, GPCRs. They are the most common and diverse group of receptors in the body. 50% of all medicines bind with these GPCRs. CBD reacts with oxytocin and GABA. CBD influences the activity of calcium in the body. CBD works as an allosteric modulator, binds to different parts of the receptors. 27. Antioxidants help us stay healthy by fighting free radicals. Free radicals are substances produced naturally in the body at low levels, but when levels get too high, they cause oxidative stress. This is linked to premature aging and cellular aging. Good sources of antioxidants are colorful fruit, vegetables, algae, and cannabis. You can derive CBD oil from hemp, so they can put it into hot chocolate at the end in Brooklyn without getting, the end is the name of a coffee shop in Brooklyn, without getting arrested. Cannabis is currently a schedule I really don't know how to pronounce that word. I don't actually get out much. I read. I'm going to say schedule. Schedule, maybe? Anyway, nobody's going to watch this video. One substance in the U.S. High potential for abuse and lack of accepted safety. Heroin, LSD, ecstasy, methaqualone, and peyote are also Schedule 1. Schedule 2 are cocaine, methadone, oxycodone, fentanyl? What did I write? Fentanyl. Adderall, and Ritalin. Schedule 3, anabolic steroids, testosterone, ketamine. Hemp is legal in 50 states and a legal U.S. import. 40. Parts of cannabis plant are exempted from Schedule 1 classification, but the whole hemp plant is defined as marijuana under law. To make a truly hemp-derived CBD product, you can extract CBD only from the stalks of the plant, but these parts aren't abundant in the cannabinoids. Cannabinoids are largely located in the flowering part of the plant, trichomes. 50. Signs of chronic inflammation. Chronic fatigue, accumulation of abdominal fat, loss of weight control, digestive issues, gas, diarrhea, bloating, constipation, skin issues, rash, itchiness, anxiety, depression, worsening, seasonal allergies, chronic pain, achiness, chronic brain fog, or frequent headaches. Trouble sleeping, things that cause inflammation, smoking, excessive alcohol, sugar and artificial sweeteners, refined grains, fried and processed food, toxic chems in air, food, water, environment, cosmetics, household cleaning products, red meat, especially processed meat like lunch meat and sausages, unhealthy fats like soy, canola, all hydrogenated oil, dairy products like milk, cheese, ice cream, imbalanced gut microbiome, too much bad bacteria, not enough good, too much or too little exercise, chronic stress, lack of sleep, fight inflammation, healthy fat, EVO, nut seed, salmon, colorful fruit, veg, superfoods, turmeric, green tea, meditation, at least 7 hours sleep per night, exercise, nature, fermented foods. Endocannabinoids temper excess activity in the body and can really help bring the inflammatory response back to balance by inhibiting cell proliferation and suppressing cytokine production and eicosanoid signaling, which are both complex processes that contribute to inflammation in the body. Cannabinoids induce regulatory T cells, which help the immune system distinguish between the body's own tissue and foreign invaders, which prevents autoimmune disease. Endocannabinoid signaling is altered when there's persistent inflammation in the body. CBD binds directly to the 5-HT1A, I think it says, serotonin receptor, which is known to govern anxiety and depression. CBD acts directly on GABA-A receptors in a way that changes shape and increases GABA's effects. Chronic stress and anxiety cause an enzyme in the body called fatty acid amide hydrolase, FAAH, to spin out of control. This disrupts the endocannabinoid tone. CBD can inhibit the FAAH enzyme. CBD decreases stress, abates public speaking-induced anxiety. That's page 56. People with depression have low levels of AEA and 2-AG. 59. Alzheimer's and Parkinson's neurodegenerative diseases have a strong lifestyle component. Some call Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes. Hippocrates said all disease begins in the gut. 64, 2016 study, 89% decreased seizure with CBD. 65, CBD can help people detox from alcohol. 68, vets give CBD oil to dogs. 76, products with increased CBD to THC ratio. Products which increase, sometimes I'll just put a W, which usually works out for me, but I usually use it for with, and I used it for which in this. Increased CBD to THC ratio 10 to 1 or 18 to 1 are, I really abbreviated too much here. Recommended for anxiety, wellness, intoxication at about 8 to 1, CBD to THC. Anything below 8 to 1, you get high. One ratio might work for you for migraine, another for panic attack. Page 78. The compound found in cannabis is CBDA. The plant must go through decarboxylation, heat, to turn CBDA into CBD. THCA to THC in some way, that's why people smoke it. 79. Extraction with solvent. Don't use butane and hexane. Not healthy. It's dangerous. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm thinking that probably if you're buying weed like CBD oil, or I don't think you'd buy CBD oil, you'd buy the THC stuff, whatever. Anyway, if you're buying cannabis oil of some kind from your local neighborhood drug dealer, they may have used butane or hexane as a solvent to make the oil. It's just something to keep in mind. It's just another reason why you might want to read books like this, and if you want to use products, cannabis related products, you can grow a few plants yourself now. So then you don't have to worry about somebody feeding you butane and hexane. Anyway, ethanol, CO2 extraction, and oil extraction also work. And I had mentioned a while ago that ethanol doesn't really look to be that hard to make for oneself. So if you're doing that yourself and you're thinking, I guess the CO2 extraction method is, I guess that's how they do coffee now, which but it's, I guess the equipment's expensive anyway, so you probably won't be doing it that way. If you're wanting oil to make yourself, you might be using ethanol to do it. And if you're using ethanol, why not make that yourself too, and then you know you have more control over what you're putting into your body, right? Anyway, page 79. Oh, I probably talked about this here. CO2 extraction requires pressurized carbon used to make coffee and essential oils, but requires expensive equipment. If it isn't done properly, it can disrupt the structure of cannabinoids and terpenes. Ethanol, generally recognized as safe. Terpenes, cannabinoids, and chlorophyll are extracted. Chlorophyll in CBD oil makes it taste bad, but you know, I bet you it's healthy for you. 81. Full spectrum contains additional cannabinoids and flavonoids and terpenes. 85. Some sublingual, under the tongue, oils are most popular CBD. Edibles are second most common CBD. 97. One person's headache might respond to 6 milligrams CBD, another person might need 50 milligrams. Different dose from day to day too. 30 milligrams seems to be an average daily dose. Start at 5 milligrams, increase slowly, wait a few days prior to increasing dose. Over 100 milligrams is considered high dose of CBD. 99. CBD temporarily deactivates cytochrome P450, a group of enzymes that metabolizes drugs. Grapefruit also blocks cytochrome P450. If you've had a negative reaction to THC, start with highest CBD and to THC ratio. 107. CBD oil, London fog. Oh, she has some recipes in here that they sound so great. I don't know. I haven't actually tried them yet, but if ever I'm need CBD oil, which maybe everyone does. I don't know. Anyway, page 107, the London Fog. It's a drink. It's basically like she makes all of her things, all of her recipes look pretty healthy too. Like she doesn't use dairy, right? Because she's trying to get away from the inflammation. And so she uses things like in this one, it's like a latte basically. She heats, what kind of milk was this? Hazelnut Elmhurt milk, which I've never tried. But I think it'd be great. And it's Earl Grey tea with vanilla extract, some cinnamon, some honey, and the CBD oil. And it's looked really good in the picture. She was using the blender to get it all for me. But I mean, if you have, my sister has one of the espresso makers that have the foamy cappuccino maker thingy, the steamer, and that'd work too. She has a lavender latte recipe here. Page 117, immune boosting elderberry shrub. 123, peanut butter chai smoothie. Sounded good, actually. Chocolate raspberry mousse. That'd be yum. And so she uses a lot of healthy ingredients. Like the chocolate raspberry mousse was made with soaked cashews, chia seeds, avocado, raspberries, cocoa powder, vanilla extract, CBD oil, maple syrup, and hemp seeds. It looked great in the picture, and I bet you it tastes good too. Page 135, hot chocolate. She put turmeric and ashwagandha powder, as well as cardamom, cinnamon, vanilla extract, CBD oil, and she did a rose petal garnish, which I don't think would be good. But besides that, I think the hot chocolate would be yum. And, well, I don't know about the turmeric and the ashwagandha, but I'd be willing to try. Anyway, she uses coconut milk, full fat coconut milk, that one. So I bet you it's good. And page 141, rosemary toasted nuts. They look good too. 151, gut healing cherry cardamom gummies. See the picture, she had little gummy bears. They looked adorable, but that seems like a lot of work making your own gummy bears. Anyway, 157, immune booster. It's oregano oil, eucalyptus essential oil, CBD oil, and carrier oil of choice. And she put it in a spray bottle and applies it to her feet when she feels like she's got a sniffle coming on or whatever. 159, clary sage hormone balance belly rub. 163, banana bug bite remedy. It uses the pulp from the inside of a banana peel, which I think would be great because usually you just chuck that out in the garden, right? So now you have a little, but it's you mix that up fresh. So you have that plus baking powder plus the CBD oil and witch hazel, and you make that into a paste and you stick it on your bug bite. Which I guess if you have those things around at all times, then that's great. You can just mix it up when you get bit and need a whatever. Page 165, coconut rose bath bomb. They looked great in the picture, and I really want to try to make them myself. So that's baking soda, citric acid, Epsom salt, cornstarch, coconut oil, CBD, water, rose essential oil, and some rose petals. And yeah, I'm definitely going to try that. I don't know when, but looked great. I'm tired. Anyway, that's CBD oil by Gretchen Leidiger. It was a great book. I'd recommend everyone read that.